Morning, welcome back to Par. It's the Easter bank holiday and I've got I think 5 days to see how far we get. I'm hoping to get as far as Big Bree. It's a glorious morning this morning. Just got the train down from Newton Abbot and then we walked down to into Par and picked up the path again where we left it last time, which was, when was that? Back in maybe September. Feels like a long time ago anyway. But yes, so anyway, like I said, the weather this morning is lovely. I think we possibly might be getting wet Monday, Tuesday, once I hit sort of Plymouth, Wembury, Big Bree. But if the weather is too bad, you know, I've got the option when I get to Plymouth to end my walk there and you know, pick it up another time. Yeah, I don't really want to walk through Plymouth if it's absolutely pouring with rain. So yeah, anyway, we'll see how we get on. But like I said, this morning is lovely. I'm really looking forward to getting back up onto the cliffs. I think I can just see the day mark up on Gribbin Head, so that would be nice when we get up there in a minute. And then it's around into Fowey, then I get a ferry over to Polruan, I think it is, and then yeah, today we'll carry on and hopefully get as far as Polperro. So I can see the day mark up on the headland up at Gribbin Head in front of me. We go around over the headland there, into Fowey, across to Polruan, and then on to Polperro. Sorry, I'm trying to dodge all the mud and the puddles that are currently on the path. We've had some pretty terrible weather in March. It's been so wet, and I know some people have been out on the path during that time, and I've seen some of the photos they've been sharing, and yeah, it hasn't been pleasant, but it looks as though it is drying out quite nicely at the minute. I'm hoping the pack doesn't feel too bad on my back, and my legs have got the strength to get me to Polperro, and I hope I can remember how to interact with you, because this is all feeling a little bit odd again this morning. Anyway, let's get up onto the top of the hill and yeah, we'll have a look at the views up there. So that was Polperro, just the next place you hit after coming out of Par. That was very nice down there, very quiet. Beach was nice. A few people there look like they're going to go out on their kayaks. So yeah, the water's really flat today, so that'd be lovely for them. But after you come out of Polperro, you climb up through some woodland, and the wild garlic is just sort of leafing up. No flowers yet, but the sort of ground is carpeted in the wild garlic leaves. Just a slight scent in the air of the garlic. And now we're on this path here, I can smell all this cow parsley that's growing along the hedge bank. you know, I do so many of these shots where I set my camera up, put it on a post and, you know, walk back and forth, trying to get something slightly interesting in the background, like I was trying to get the day mark in that last shot. But it's not until I get home and, you know, sit down on the computer and start editing that I decide, you know, which ones I'm going to include, because, you know, they may, in my head, while I'm on the trail, look like they're going to work, but more often than not, they're just a bit boring. So, yeah, so many of these shots I put together and they never make it into the director's cut, so to speak. But anyway, it's good fun while I'm out here doing it. Yeah, pretty close now to the day mark. May not come across on the camera, but yeah, we're pretty close to it, so we'll get up there now and have a look around. So the day mark there behind me was erected in 1832, and the sign says that during the summer it is open on most Sundays. You can go in and climb up to the top, I presume. So yeah, it's not Sunday today, it's a Friday, but yeah, it'd be quite a nice thing to go in and have a look around and see what the view's like at the top. Anyway, walking on now, bit of a climb ahead of me, bit of a down and an up, and then it's on into Fowey. Morning. About a mile from Fowey now, and one thing I've noticed since leaving Par is this section of the path. A lot of the signs appear to have been, you know, the finger posts, they seem to have been replaced. A lot of them look, you know, brand new. So yeah, they've obviously been doing a bit of maintenance along here over the last couple of years by the looks of it. Anyway, heading on to Fowey. We've got to get the ferry from there across to Polruan, but it's coming up to 12 o'clock now, so I might stop and see if there's something to eat before getting on the ferry. Right, well, I didn't have lunch in Fowey. I got the ferry across to Polruan, had a bit of something to eat there in a cafe, but the climb then out of Polruan, oh my god, it's a bit like back in Clovelly, you know, it's that sort of incline coming up out of Polruan up onto the top of the cliff again. And I got to the top of the hill and I saw that statue back there, made me laugh. Anyway, I've just passed a sign saying Polperro 6.5 miles. So yeah, let's get on with it. So this here is Lantic Bay, and that is pretty special looking, isn't it? I mean, from here it looks very nice, but I'm not sure I'm going to like it in a minute because the climb back out on the other side is pretty steep looking. So yeah, anyway, for now, that looks glorious. Right, I made it up that climb. My grading system is based on how many stops I have to take to reach the top of the hill. You know, that equals the severity, and that was a free stopper for me today. Combination of my lunch and the heat and the lack of practice over the winter. But anyway, yeah, out Lantic Bay, 5 miles now on to Polperro. Right, so I'm 10.5 miles into the walk now, and I've reached the point where some of you may know of him, but Tim from How to Murder Time, he's done the coast path, and in fact once he got to the end of the coast, or the southwest coast path, he's continued and walking the English coast path. But anyway, this point here that I'm at now, yeah, Tim camped here on his way through to Polperro, probably about 2-3 years ago now that would have been. But yeah, anyway, I got to the bench here and I recognized it from his video because I was watching that as part of my prep for coming on my walk today. Anyway, yeah, my feet are doing all right. They're slightly like throbbing, but just normal sort of aches from walking 10 miles. About 4.5 miles, like I say, to go. In fact, I think it's probably just around that headland there. We might start seeing Polperro, so yeah, maybe the end's nearly in sight now. I'm camping tonight just out of Polperro in a place called Great Kello Farm Camping, I think it's called. Hopefully I'll be all right. I'm a bit concerned because when I got up this morning there was a frost. You know, we had to defrost the car to get to the train station, and it was pretty chilly. So yeah, anyway, I threw my thermals in my backpack this morning, so hopefully I'll be all right. But yeah, I'll be all right. You know, even if I don't sleep particularly well, I'm not going to die. I can rough it for a night or two. So yeah, anyway, sure, that'll be fine. Right, I've had 10 minutes now, so let's keep going. We got a few ups and downs coming up, and in fact the guidebook I think does say that towards the end of the walk today there are a few tough climbs just to sort of get yourself over just before you get into Polperro. So I think that's probably what I can see in front of me now. So. That's got to be a free stopper. What do you reckon? Let's get up there and find out. Wow. Yeah, it was a free stopper, and at the top here there is a bench, so I'm going to sit down again now, but maybe that's a 4-stopper technically, but yeah, it was a tough one. The steps were huge. They were up to, I don't know, some of them must have been knee height, and stepping up them, oh man, it was hard. But anyway, I'll sit down, have a little break now, and assess and see how far we got to go. It can't be too much further, maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles. But yeah, we'll get going again in a minute, and hopefully soon we'll have a view of Polperro. Now, I've just seen behind me there the first 2 people for quite some time who aren't, walking the coast path. These 2 ladies were walking their dogs, and they didn't look like hikers, didn't have backpacks. So I guess that means I can't be too far, or hopefully I'm not too far from Polperro. I sat back down at a bench a bit further back, and I maybe stopped for a little bit too long, and then when I got up, yeah, my feet and my ankles, they had all like sort of stiffened up a little bit. But yeah, I'm moving again now, it's all fine. But still no view of Polperro, so it's probably tucked around one of the headlands in front of me. But yeah, hopefully not too much longer, because I'm ready to sit down. Oh, thank God I made that. It's always good to get that first day, back in your legs and get it in your back with your pack on. So yeah, I'm pleased that I managed to do the distance. Unfortunately, I've still got, I think, about 1 mile and a bit to go to my campsite, and it's all uphill. But anyway, I'm going to have something to eat in Polperro first, because yeah, there's no food at the campsite. So yeah, let's head out into the village and see what's around down there. Right, it's been a few hours since we got down to Polperro. Once we got down to the harbour, I knew the campsite tonight had no food on site, so I jumped straight into the free pilchards. and had a pint, and the biggest fish and chips I think I've ever had. In fact, it beat me. It was too big. There was a small portion or a big portion, and I went for big, but it was ridiculous. Very nice though. Yeah, it was lovely. So then I got a taxi up to the campsite. I'm at Great Kello Farm campsite, I think it is. So it's a working farm. There's a couple of fields here that have got campers and tents in, and a really good shower block. Actually, I've just got back from the shower now. Sun sort of set a little bit. It was a lovely sunset. Actually, when we got here, I put the camera onto a time lapse to sort of film myself putting the tent up, but I didn't realise that the camera fell over pretty early on in the setup, so that was a bit of a waste of time. So maybe I'll try and do another one of those tomorrow at the next campsite. But yeah, anyway, like I say, it's getting a bit chilly now, so I'm going to get in the tent and get in the sleeping bag, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So thanks all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, stick around, and tomorrow we will be walking on to Port Wrinkle. Cheers guys.